Japan and Australia have entered a new phase in their strategic partnership, one that goes far beyond symbolic declarations or occasional joint exercises. The decision by Australia to select an upgraded version of Japan's Mogami-class frigate as its next general-purpose warship marks a historic moment for both countries. For Japan, it is the largest defense export in the post-war era and a decisive milestone in its transition from a nation that once restricted military production to a country capable of supporting partners with advanced maritime platforms. For Australia, it represents an urgent and pragmatic choice to accelerate the renewal of its naval forces in an increasingly competitive Indo-Pacific environment. The agreement reflects not only technical compatibility, but a deeper convergence of strategic thinking, industrial interests, and regional security concerns. At the technical level, the Mogami design appealed to Australia because it is a proven, compact, highly automated ship with a weapons suite suited for regional missions. The upgraded version intended for Australia expands missile capacity, enhances sensors, and extends range to meet Canberra's operational needs across vast maritime zones. The ship's low crew requirement is particularly important for Australia, which has long faced manpower shortages in naval recruitment. By selecting a design already being built in Japan, Australia reduces developmental risks and gains access to a platform that can enter service earlier than competing Western designs. For Japan, seeing its frigate chosen by a Five Eyes partner underscores how far its defense industry has come. Japanese shipbuilding has a long history of precision engineering, but for decades it remained inward-focused due to legal constraints on defense exports. The Mogami deal signals a shift toward greater international engagement and the emergence of Japan as a trusted supplier of sophisticated defense technology. It also reinforces Tokyo's ambition to strengthen security ties beyond the traditional United States alliance, reflecting a broader policy goal of contributing to regional stability through both diplomacy and industrial capability. The decision to export a frontline warship indicates confidence within Japan that its technology, production quality, and logistical support systems can meet the demands of an advanced navy like Australia's. From Australia's perspective, the choice aligns with its strategic reassessment of naval requirements. The Indo-Pacific is entering a period of heightened competition, driven in large part by the rapid expansion of the People's Liberation Army Navy. Australia needs platforms that can be deployed quickly, sustained efficiently, and integrated smoothly into coalition operations. The Mogami-class fits this demand as a flexible, multi-role ship suited for anti-submarine warfare, surface strike, and maritime security patrols. By partnering with Japan, Australia diversifies its defense procurement ecosystem and reduces dependence on any single supplier. It also strengthens ties with a like-minded regional actor whose strategic outlook increasingly parallels Canberra's concerns about maritime stability and deterrence. The contract is structured so that the first 3 ships will be built in Japan by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, while the remaining 8 will be produced in Australia. This approach reduces risk and allows Australian industry to absorb production techniques and processes gradually. Delivery of the first vessel is expected in 2029, with entry into service around 2030. While the schedule extends into the next decade, It aligns with Australia's long-term modernization plan and ensures continuity as its older Anzac-class frigates retire. Public reaction to the deal in Japan has been cautiously supportive. Many citizens view the partnership as a necessary step in strengthening national security amid rising regional tensions. The idea that Japan should contribute more actively to the defense of the Indo-Pacific has gained traction, especially as concerns about deterrence capabilities grow. However, there remains a segment of society worried that expanding defense exports could draw Japan into conflicts abroad or erode its post-war identity as a peaceful nation. Commentators in Japanese media note that the Mogami deal serves as a test case for how the public will respond to future defense exports and whether political leaders can maintain transparency and accountability in this new policy space. In Australia, public opinion is shaped by a combination of strategic urgency and fiscal concern. Many Australians support the decision to adopt the Mogami design because it fills a critical capability gap and promises earlier delivery than other options. Others question the long-term cost and the challenges of integrating a foreign design into Australia's naval infrastructure. Analysts emphasize that success will depend not only on the quality of the ships, but also on the effectiveness of technology transfer, supply chain planning, and crew training. There is a recognition that cooperation with Japan brings advantages in reliability and engineering discipline, but the project must remain tightly managed to avoid delays or budget escalation. The broader significance of the Mogami deal lies in the way it strengthens bilateral relations at a time when the regional security environment is shifting rapidly. Japan and Australia have converged on a shared view that deterrence, resilience, and industrial cooperation are essential to preserving stability in the Indo-Pacific. Their partnership now extends beyond political alignment into tangible, long-term defense collaboration. By linking industrial capabilities and operational requirements, the two nations are building a foundation for joint technological development, interoperability, and coordinated maritime strategies. This agreement also signals to the region that middle powers can shape the security landscape by working together rather than relying solely on larger alliances. Japan's entry into the defense export arena gives it greater influence in shaping standards, supporting partners, and building collective capacity. For Australia, the partnership reinforces its role as a security provider with a diversified network of collaborators. The Mogami program could become a blueprint for future joint projects, including sensors, unmanned systems, or next-generation surface combatants. However, the deal also introduces risks that both sides must manage carefully. Japan will face scrutiny if construction delays occur or if technology transfer becomes politically sensitive. Australia must prepare for the challenges of maintaining a complex fleet built partly overseas and partly domestically. Both countries must navigate the geopolitical implications, particularly how regional competitors perceive deeper Japan-Australia defense integration. Transparent communication and consistent political support will be essential to sustaining momentum. In the long term, the Mogami program represents more than the acquisition of new ships. It symbolizes the emergence of a Japan-Australia security partnership grounded in shared values, complementary strengths, and a common vision for a stable Indo-Pacific. As the first keel is laid and production begins, the project will serve as a measure of how effectively both nations can translate strategic intent into practical capability. The trajectory of the region in the next decade will test the resilience of alliances and the adaptability of defense industries. Through this collaboration, Japan and Australia signaled their determination not merely to react to events, but to shape the future maritime balance with foresight, reliability, and collective purpose.